Hello everyone, this is the second day of the Metasploit framework tutorial, live stream, live play, let's play, whatever you want to call it. And we have this interactive terminal now because we get one a day on the free account. Maybe I'll go to the pro account, maybe I won't, we'll see. Hopefully one is enough, but we get 2 hours, so 150 minutes there. So I'm going to go back through the interactive sessions and do them. So let's jump into it. So question, answer the questions below. Use the Metasploit framework to exploit the target with eternal romance. Find the flag.txt file on the administrator's desktop and submit the contents as the answer. So let's go and do that. So we need, I think we can make this full screen. So that's quite nice. And if we make this full screen as well. We don't need to make it full screen. Oh, we can make it. We can keep it full screen. Okay. So we've got MSF console running, and we need to find the eternal romance thing. So I've got a cheat sheet which will give us some things: show exploit, show payloads, show auxiliary, all that kind of thing. Target the eternal romance thing. So to get eternal romance, we need to search eternal romance. I've already launched this. Let's do search eternal romance like we did before. Search eternal romance. Okay. Being Linux, we don't have to be case sensitive, which is quite nice. Is there anything else we need to do? Or can we just go and use it? So I think we want this one 0. So maybe we can just use 0. Is that going to work? No payload configured. It's defaulted to the interpreter reverse TCP, and which is absolutely fine. I think we need to set our host. So I think this is already launched because I clicked it. So we need to find the flag on administrator's desktop and submit the contents. So maybe we need to, set options or something like that? Use options, set options, what was it? Show options. Show targets. Set payload. Don't think we need to do any of that stuff. How do we set the target? Set target. Specify a specific target index if you know the OS and service pack. We have an IP address. Let's see what show options does quickly. Show options. And all these things are required. And the target host, our host. And the target. So currently, payload options. So currently we've got L host and L port and all that stuff. Do we have our host set, or do we even know how to set it? I've forgotten how we set it. Set target number. We don't know the OS and service pack. Should we just try set target with that? We've got target copied to clipboard, which is quite nice. Set target, and then Control V. Alt insert. No. Maybe right click paste. Maybe that will work. There we go. Great, fantastic. And then what? Do we just click run? Was it run? Is it that simple? Following options fail to validate our hosts. So what's our hosts? What do we need to do for our hosts? We just our hosts, the target hosts. Because did we not set that? After we satisfy that the selected module is the right one, we need specifications to customize the model to use it to blah 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 blah. And we did okay. Set our hosts. Permanent target specification. So that was a set G. But what do we do with target? Target interaction, but we just did set target. So what's the difference between set target and set our hosts? Quickly go to targets and see what that says. I'm not quite sure the difference between set our hosts and set target. Do show targets. Oh, I can't spell, but if we do show targets. Okay, well, I think targets are more to do with services or operating systems. Unique operating system identifiers taken from the versions of those specific operating systems which adapt the selected exploit module to run on that particular version of the operating system. Okay. So it's particular versions of the operating system or things of that nature. So I think what we actually want to do to speed ourselves up is set our hosts. Set our hosts like they've got here. So let's do that. Set our hosts and then paste. Cool. And then let's try and run that. Exploit completed. You must select a target. Right. I see. No session was created. That's not good. Set target. So these are different targets that we can do. What's MOF upload? Native upload, automatic? Maybe we should just do it automatic. Not sure. Not sure at all. Let's go back to targets quickly, see if there's anything we need that can help us. A large variety of target types. Each target can vary from another by service pack, OS version, even language version. And the return address can vary. Okay. Obtain a copy of the target binaries. Exploit target identification. Maybe we'll just keep it as automatic from now. Yeah. Run. There we go. Look at that. Overwrite complete. System session obtained. Executing a PowerShell target. Service start timed out, but okay if running command or non-service executable. Huh. What? Exploit completed, but no session was created? Are we? We're not in, are we? Shit. Why has that happened? Service started timeout. Server start timed out. Okay for running command. Exploit completed. Not sure why that's happened. I'm going to quickly pause here and come back when I've worked this out. Well, I am not sure exactly why we are getting that error, but I'm going to continue anyway because of time. But I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. We have Eternal Romance. We're using the right one. We've set our host to be the IP address that they gave us. We have, well, it's defaulted to Meterpreter reverse TCP. And I honestly don't think there's anything else more complicated than that we have to do. And yeah, slightly odd. Yeah, not really sure why. Oh, that's a bit annoying, but it's giving us this. Exploit completed, but no session was created. Well, yes, as I was saying, I don't know exactly why we can't get it to work. Just quickly check the time. We've got another continuous at 2:30. So. All right, okay. But anyway, we're going to continue with this other question, which is exploit the Apache Druid service and find the flat.txt file. So I'll click this, and so let's try and exploit this one. Okay. So what do we need to do? So let's see all the commands that we've run. So I think we're still going to use the same. How are we going to do check? What do we do if we do check? Pasting doesn't work on that. If we check that. Connection was refused by the remote host. Cannot reliably check exploitability. Well, that's not very nice. Do we have to do something first? Do we have to do mmap first or something? Or Okay, well, what happens if we just do set our hosts to that? Not that. Set our hosts to set our hosts to no, okay, let's just type it out. 10.129.21.11. Okay, and then let's see. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Let's just see. Connection was refused by the remote host. Well, that's not very nice. This is not a very good demonstration. Well, I think that, unfortunately, there's possibly been some sort of Windows update. Something's happened which is stopping us completing these questions because I cannot find a way to complete them. But nevertheless, let us continue. Let's continue with this tutorial. Learn some more. Okay. Encoders. Okay, so let's do some reading. Over the 15 years of existence of the Metasploit framework, encoders have assisted with making payloads compatible with different processor architectures, while at the same time helping with antivirus evasion. Encoders come into play with the role of changing the payload to run on different operating systems and architectures. These architectures include x64, x86, SPARC, PPC, and MIPS. I've heard about 3 of those. All right. There also needed to remove hexadecimal opcodes known as bad characters from the payload. Not only that, but encoding the payload in different formats could help with the AV detection as mentioned above. However, the use of encoders strictly for AV evasion has diminished over time as IPS, what can't remember that one, it stands for now, something. Anyway, IPS IDS manufacturers have improved how their protection software deals with signatures in malware and viruses. Shikata Ganai SGN is one of the most utilized encoding schemes today because it's so hard to detect that payloads encoded through its mechanism are not universally undetectable anymore. not universally undetectable. Don't you want them to be universally undetectable? Sorry. Huh. Okay, far from it. The name something means it cannot be helped, or nothing can be done about it, and rightfully so if we were reading this a few years ago. However, there are other methodologies we explore to evade protection systems. This article from FireEye details the why and the how of Shikata Ganai's previous rule over the other encoders. Okay. Before 2015, Metasploit framework had different submodules that took care of payloaders and encoders. They were packaged separately from the MSF console script and were called MSF payload and MSF encode. Okay, two tools located in that. If we wanted to create our custom payload, we could do so through MSF payload, but we'd have to encode it according to the target OS architecture using MSF encode afterwards. Okay. A pipe would take the output from one command and feed it into the next, which would generate an encoded payload ready to be sent and run on the target machine. This is all before 2015, but yes, you have this pipe, L host, L port, reverse TCP, and then MSF encode with all this stuff. Cool. After 2015, updates to these scripts have combined them within the MSF Venom tool, which takes care of payload generation and encoding. We will be talking about MSF Venom in detail later on. Below is an example of what payload generation would look like with today's MSF Venom. Okay, so you've got x86 platform Windows, you've got the payload, you've got the L host, you've got the L port. Lovely. It's finding 11 compatible encoders. Encodes with the Shikata Ganai. We would now like, who is the Shikata Ganai? Oh, I kind of want to Google it. I mean, I know. Does it just mean it cannot be helped? Nothing can be done. I kind of want to do a quick Google. What mad lad created this thing? Shikata Ganai. It cannot be helped. The Japanese. It's just a phrase, isn't it? Definitely butchering how it's said. Anyway, generating the payload without encoding. Okay. Now look at the first line of the buff and see how it changes when applying an encoder like Shikata Ganai. So, okay, it's gone from that to that. Spot the difference. It's much smaller. Oh no, the payload size is the same, but yeah, it's changed these codes. Okay. Interesting. You can see it's changing everything. Okay. Look, an excellent post here if you want to work out how encoding works. Suppose you want to select an encoder from an existing payload, then we can use the show encoders command with the MSF console to see which encoders are available for our current exploit module and payload combination. I mean, we don't have to go into how the encoding works. Maybe that would be a separate video. But yeah, so you just set the payload. This is just, I want to learn how to use these tools, right? Actually kind of get onto using them. Okay, set payload, show encoders, cool. You see a few encoders fit for x64 systems. Okay, so they've done this negotiate process ID from the blah 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 dereference exploit. Okay, and you've done show encoders, and it gives you all these different encoders. If you were to encode an executable payload only once with SGN, it would most likely be detected by most antivirus today. Let's delve into that for a moment. Picking up at MSF Venom, the subscript of the framework that deals with payload generation and encoding schemes, we have the following input. So MSF Venom x86, platform Windows, that thing with Shikata Ganai as an encoder, XC Team Viewer install. I'm not sure what that is at the end, but it's cool. Generate a payload with an XC format called Team Viewer install, which is meant to work on x86 architecture processors for the Windows platform with a hidden interpreter reverse TCP shell encoded. Take the results and upload it to VirusTotal. Yeah, it's been detected out of most of them, hasn't it? Try and run it through multiple iterations of the same encoding scheme. Does that work? Barely. And all they've just done is we've done it 10 times. Okay, clearly. High number of products that still detect the payload. Alternatively, Metasploit offers a tool called MSF Virus Total that we can use with an API key to analyze our payloads. However, this requires free registration on MSF Total. And they've done on Virus Total. MSF Total? Virus Total. If you don't know, Virus Total is a great website. You just drop anything in there. It gives you all this information about AV detection details, and it's a really great website. Can play around with it later. MSF Virus Total, and yeah, you can see here all these different things have detected it. As expected, most antivirus products that we will encounter in the wild would still detect this payload, so we would have to use other methods for AV evasion that are outside the scope of this module. Databases. Okay, let's read this. Databases in NSF Console are used to keep track of your results. It's no mystery that during even more complex machine assessments, much less entire networks, things can get a little fuzzy and complicated due to the sheer amount of search results, entry points, detected issues, discovered credentials. This is where databases come into play. MSF Console has built-in support for the Postgres SQL database system. With it, we have direct, quick, and easy access to scan results with the added ability to import and export results in conjunction with third-party tools. Database entries can also be used to configure exploit module parameters with the already existing findings directly. Setting up a database. Okay, Postgres server's up and running, so you just do sudo service that, and it tells you that it's up and running. That's cool. It's just so you can keep track of everything. Okay, and system CTL start Postgres SQL is initialize the MSF database with MSFDB init. Cool. Sometimes an error can occur if Metasploit is not up to date. This difference that causes the error can happen for several reasons. First, often it helps to update Metasploit again to solve this problem. Then we can try to reinitialize the MSF database. Okay, so to configure, you check the status of the database. Okay. If this error does not appear, which often happens after fresh installation, then we will see the following when initializing the database. Cool. Start MSF console and connect to the created database simultaneously. Okay, so you can do MSF db run. I like all these, it's different ASCII art every time, isn't it? However, we already have the database configured and are not able to change the password to the MSF username. Proceed with these commands. Okay, this is all. Okay. With the help of the database, we can manage many different categories and hosts that we have analyzed. Alternatively, the information about them that we have interacted with using Metasploit. These databases can be exported and imported. It's especially useful when we have extensive lists of hosts, loot, notes, and stored vulnerabilities for these hosts. After confirming that the database is successfully connected, we can organize our workspaces. Workspaces, okay, we think of folders in the project. An A or a D switch, add or delete. Okay, name default is currently the one currently used with the star. Added workspace target 1. Okay, and you just type workspace name to switch to the presently used workspace. Workspace A target 1. Interesting. Easy. Okay, it's easy. So what else we can do? We can use workspace H for the help. Yeah, you just type workspace to list all different workspaces. Okay, easy. Importing scan results. So Nmap, we're going to have a separate playlist for Nmap because it's also a pretty important tool. But Assume we want to import an nmap scan of a host into our database's workspace to understand the target better. We can use the db import command for this. After the import is complete, we can check the presence of the host's information in our database by using the hosts and services commands. Note that XML file type is preferred for db import. Okay, so target nmap. So that's a nmap scan, isn't it? And importing the scan results, db import target.xml. Okay. Noko Giri. This Japanese stuff, isn't it? Successfully imported hosts and services. Okay, using nmap inside MSF console. We can use nmap straight from the console. That's pretty nice. To scan directly from the console without having to background or exit the process, use the db nmap command. Okay, we'll go over all of this stuff when we use nmap. These are different types of scans you can do. Okay, that's pretty nice. You can just do db nmap from inside the console. We can back up db export command. Okay. Hosts command displays this database table automatically populated with host addresses, host names, and other information we find about these during our scans and interactions. For example, suppose MSF console is linked with scanner plugins that can perform service and OS detection. In that case, the information should automatically appear in the table once the scans are completed through MSF console. Again, tools like Nessus, Nexpose, or Nmap will help us in these cases. Hosts can be manually added as separate entries in this table. After adding our custom hosts, we can organize the format and structure of the table, add comments, change existing information, and more. Hosts, okay, cool. Services, so you've got hosts, it's hosts H gives us the hosts, and yeah. Okay. Services is pretty similar. It contains a table with descriptions and information and services discovered during the scans or interactions. Credentials. Again, user password, NTLM, Postgres, SSH, hash, JTR, John the Ripper. That's another tool we need to look at some point. John the Ripper, Realm, examples. So add a user password, creds, add user, creds, add user. Okay, cool. Don't need to loot. Loot command works in conjunction. Glance list of owned services and users. Loot H. Cool. All right. Plugins. Plugins are readily available software that has already been released by third parties and have given approval to the creators of Metasploit to integrate their software inside the framework. These can represent commercial products that have a community edition but for free use, but with limited functionality, or they can be individual projects developed by individual people. The use of plugins makes a pen tester's life even easier, bringing the functionality of well-known software into the MSF console and Metasploit Pro environments. Whereas before, we need to cycle between different software to import and export results, setting options and parameters over and over again. Now, with the use of plugins, everything is automatically documented by MSF console into the database we are using, and hosts, services, and vulnerabilities are made available at a glance of the user. Plugins work directly. There's a link here. What does this link take us to? This is going to be a list of all the different plugins. Ooh. Are these all different plugins? Maybe. You can look at some of these. Plugins work directly with the API and can be used to manipulate the entire framework. They can be useful for automating repetitive tasks, adding new commands to the MSF console, and extending the already powerful framework. To start using the plugin, we will need to ensure it is installed in the correct directory. Framework plugins, which is the default directory, should show us which plugins. Okay, you just go to it. So should we maybe go to our one? Finding this thing disconnecting a few times. So what do we have to do to just quickly? ls user share Metasploit framework plugins. Oh, paste. Yeah, it's got loads. There's loads of different plugins. Cool. Okay, we can fire it up inside the MSF console and be met with a greeting output for the specific plugin. Load Nessus. Huh. To start using the plugin, start using the commands available to us in the help menu of that specific plugin. Not exactly what Nessus, I don't know what Nessus is. You can install new plugins installed with each update of the Parrot OS distros. They're pushed out towards the public by their makers. To install new custom plugins, we can take the .rb file provided on the makers page. Let's try installing dark operators and Metasploit plugins. Following the link above, we get a Ruby file, which we can directly place. So to do that, okay, should we try this? Git clone, all of this stuff. Paste. Is it going to paste in? Is it going to do it in the right place? Cloning into Metasploit plugins. Cool. And then we've got a bunch of different ones. Anyway, copy and plug into MSF. Okay, we don't need to do this. We can load the plugin, MSF console-q, load pen test. Cool. Carlos Perez. Tradecraft commands. So explicit data imported from vulnerable scanners. Products. Many people write many different plugins for the Metasploit framework. They all have a specific purpose and can be an excellent help to save time after familiarizing ourselves with them. Cool. Mixins. It's written in Ruby, which makes it excellent to use. Mixins are one of the features that, when implemented, offer a large amount of flexibility to both the creator of the script and the user. Mixins are classes that act as methods for use by other classes without having to be the parent class of those other classes. Okay. Put a lot of optional features for a class, or want to use one particular feature for a multitude of classes. Mixins modules. Concept mixins is implemented using the word include. Okay, I don't know why we're learning about this. They are mentioned here as a note of how complex the customization of Metasploit can become. Okay, cool. Sessions and jobs. MSF Console can manage multiple modules at the same time. It's one of the main reasons it provides the user with so much flexibility. This is done with the use of sessions, which creates dedicated control interfaces for all your deployed modules. Once several sessions are created, we can switch between them and link a different module to one of the background sessions to run on it, or turn them into jobs. Note that once a session is placed in the background, it will continue to run, and our connection to the target host will persist. Sessions can, however, die if something goes wrong during the payload runtime. Okay, using sessions. Run any exploits or auxiliary modules, we can background the session as long as they form a channel of communication with the target host. It can be done by pressing Ctrl-Z by typing in the background command. This will prompt us with a confirmation message. After accepting the prompt, we'll be taken back to the MSF console prompt and we'll immediately be able to launch a different module. That's quite nice. And we can use the sessions command to list our active sessions. So let's do that. Just run these commands. Sessions. No active sessions. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still pretty upset as to why it's not working. But you know, we'll do something else. We'll find another way to use it. Interacting with a session. We can use the sessions. So open a specific session, jobs. I'm just going to quickly speed run through this. Jobs. So you can switch between different sessions. Okay. Run an active exploit under a specific port. We need this port for a different module. We can not simply terminate. If we did that, we would see that the port would still be in use, affecting our use of the new module. We need to use the jobs command to look at the currently active tasks running in the background and terminate the old ones. Okay. So yeah, pressing Control C would terminate the session, but the exploit would still be active and the port would still be used. So we need to use the jobs command. So you do jobs H, and you can kill the jobs, you can list all the jobs. Okay. We can run, when we run an exploit, we can run it as a job by doing J per the help menu, adding J to our command. Okay, exploit or run, we will run it in the context of a job. Cool. And you can list running jobs, and you can kill the running jobs, or you can kill a specific job. So you can do jobs, and so you do jobs-L, it would be like ID 0, then you do jobs kill 0 or something like that. Will work with extremely powerful interpreter payload. Awesome. Okay. Answer the questions below to complete this section and earn the cubes. Target has a specific web application running. Okay, let's do this. Let's try see if this works. The target has a specific web application running that we can find by looking into the HTML source code. What is the name of that web application? Well, find the existing exploit in MSF and use it to get a shell at the target. What is the username of the user you obtained a shell with? Okay, so we've got the, let's just copy it. And we need a specific web application running that we can find by looking into the HTML source code. Don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe if we just, what if we just, yeah. What if we just go to Firefox and go to the IP address? Or we would, if it worked. But it's not working. Paste. Paste. Come on. Gosh. All these plugins they've got on Firefox. Paste. Paste and go. Nope. Okay. How about instead of that, we try set our hosts again. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Yeah. Okay. Connection was refused by the remote host. This isn't going well. As a demonstration, this has not gone very well. Well, this is not going very well. Doesn't seem that we can get the get onto this target. It's given us connection refused. And I did a quick scan and it's saying that SSH and HTTP are open. So I'm not sure exactly how to connect up to this. This isn't very useful. Doesn't look like you can just go onto it. Maybe if I try a different exploit. Show exploits. Okay, that's giving us a lot of exploits. Which, good lord, look at all of these. It's the grep. What do we want? Did we want a different exploit? No, we have the same. We have the right exploit. That's the thing. We have the right exploit. What is SMB? Well, it looks like part of the problem is that we are currently working with an absolutely terrible internet connection. So that doesn't help. Okay, in the interest of time and because I am getting bored of waiting, we're going to continue with these. Unfortunately, we can't do the questions, but whatever, we're still learning. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Cool. The Meterpreter payload is a specific type of multifaceted, extensible payload that uses DLL injection to ensure the connection to the victim host is stable and difficult to detect using simple checks and can be configured to be persistent across reboots or system changes. Furthermore, Meterpreter resides entirely in the memory of the remote host, leaves no trace on the hard drive, and run a Meterpreter to show payloads and take into consideration the type of connection OS we're attacking. When the exploit is completed, the following events occur. Target executes the initial stager, bind, reverse, find, tac, passive X. Stager lodges the DLL prefixed with the reflective. Okay, Interpreter core initializes, establish an AES encrypted link over the socket and sends a GET. Metasploit receives this GET and configures the client. Lastly, Interpreter loads extensions. All loads standard API and load priv if the module gives administrative rights. Okay. You get Interpreter shell. We've seen all of this before. Stealthy. Interpreter, when launched, resides entirely in memory and writes nothing to disk. It's pretty nice. Powerful. Oh, wait. I haven't got that yet. With the now updated MSF console v6, all Interpreter payload communications between target host. Okay, AES. La-di-da-di-da. Powerful, yes. Channelized communication system. Blah blah blah. Extensible. Use Interpreter. MSF scanning target, so you can do that DBN map stuff. I use mmap within it. Okay. So they've done an mmap scan, and they found services. They found hosts, info, under construction. Nothing web related to see here. Have a look at both the end of the web page and the result of the mmap scan. We notice the server is running Microsoft IIS HTTPD 6.0. So we further our research in that direction. Search for common vulnerabilities for the version of IIS. We can have a quick look at what Microsoft IIS is. What is Internet Information Services? Server software created by Microsoft. Okay, not very useful. And here we are. Okay, so you further our research in that direction, and you find this exploit, this vulnerability. There's a Metasploit module for it. You search for that one, you find it, you click use, you do show options, you look at all the things that say yes, things are required, payload options, and exploit target. Cool. Set the needed parameters. For now, it would be lhost and rhost. Configuring exploit and payload. You can just do lhost 0. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe if let me pause quickly and unpause. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in. All I had to do was change L hosts and L hosts. I don't know the difference between the two, but I changed them to ton 0, and we have a Meterpreter session 1. Fantastic. So we can now go back to this and answer it. Cool, we've only got 25 minutes left on this session, but let's do it. Use the Metasploit framework to exploit the target. Find the flag.txt file on the administrator's desktop and submit the contents. Ha ha ha. So actually, if we have a look at the cheat sheet, we can look at the Meterpreter. Does it have the Meterpreter commands? Fantastic. Look at all the things we can do. Oh, I love this. Look at this. This is what we're here for. Awesome. Well, I think I remember reading that you can just use it like a terminal. It's like a bash terminal. So if we want to go to the desktop, maybe all we have to do is that. Okay, maybe not. How about ls? Okay, ls is going to give us everything that's on the whole system. Not very useful. We can drop into an interactive shell. Let's go back to the article about Meterpreter and see exactly what stealthy, powerful scan targets, searching for an exploit. Okay, interacting with the target. Get UID. So how do we find a particular file? Okay, run Meterpreter. Get UID, PS runs. Okay, steal token. Get UID, interacting with the target. Can easily decide to run the local exploit. Suggest a module, session handling, privilege escalation, dumping ashes. Okay, there's a lot of stuff we can do, but if you just want to find a file on the system, come on. How hard can that be? Is there anything in one of these screenshots that does it? Exploit execution run shell. Maybe just want to go to the shell. I think that might be. Oh, I hate the fact it does this. It keeps on, for some reason, minimizing it. Anyway, let's just click shell. And we have a lovely shell. So now we can just do change directory to desktop. Bugger me. What are we just trying to find the desktop? Are you serious? Okay, how about... Very annoying. Change directory to the home directory. Nope, that's Linux. Change directory to Windows. And let's change directory again back there. Change directory to users. Is that there? Fantastic. dir. We have administrator. Change directory into administrator. Okay, you're not going to tab for me. Thank you. Administrator. And then change directory into desktop, I'm guessing. No. Change directory into desktop. dir flag.txt. Let's go. It's what's the equivalent of cat, but in Windows? Let's have a quick look. Or can we just open it? Flag.txt. Can we just do that? Flag.txt. That didn't do anything. Maybe just flag.txt. Okay. What are we actually trying to do? We're trying to just copy the contents of it. Submit the contents. Okay. I'm sure we've got Notepad or something. Flag.txt. Why is everything harder? You know, if it's just Linux, I just do cat or something, or nano or something, but it's not. And I can't even open it. Come on. Cat equivalent Windows. You can just do echo by type. No, that's not right. We don't. Will that type? Is that really? Or even better than that would be how to open Notepad from command prompt. Notepad. Well, I tried that. Are you serious? We don't have a Notepad? Okay. Well, then let's just do type flag.txt. Fan bloody tastic. We have the key. That took long enough. Copy. I'm so happy. Yes! I'm so happy. I don't know why that's made me so happy. Fantastic. We can do this one as well. Payloads. As we go down here. Exploit the Apache Druid system. I'm actually going to go to the toilet. I'm going to pause. I'll be back. I'm back. All right, let's do this one. Click here to spawn the target machine. Exploit the Apache Druid service and find the flag.txt file. How do we exploit the Apache Druid service? Quickly check how much time I've got left in this video. About 10 minutes. Do you think we can exploit the Apache Druid service in 10 minutes? Not exactly sure how we do that. Do we need a different exploit? Because do we need a different exploit? Do we need a different payload? Hint. Let's click hint. You can search in MSF for multiple words. So maybe we need to search for Apache Druid service. Okay. So we've got this. Let's refresh this for the millionth time. I'm not actually sure how long we've got. We've got 13 minutes left. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to do this. I have a feeling we're going to time out. Screw it, let's do it. Search. I'm going to put some pressure on us. Search exploit. Search for Apache Druid. Apache Druid. Oh no. Control C. Terminate channel. Yes. Okay, we don't want to be, because we were still in the. We're still on the other machine. Yes, I want to terminate. Have you terminated? Hurry up. I haven't got long. Okay, timed out. Interpreter. Control C again. Exit. Shutting down interpreter. And okay. Back here. Search Apache Druid. Fantastic. Excellent. Apache Druid exploit. Okay. So we need to use 0. And cool. Then let's just do options. And we can see everything we need to set. We need to set our hosts. So let's do our hosts and set our hosts. Set our hosts to the thing we just copied over. Well, I thought we copied it over. It doesn't look like we copied it over. Let's just do this as quickly as possible. I'm looking at the time. Okay, so we set the R hosts and it's asking us to exploit the service. Do we need anything else? Do we need to find an exploit, a payload that's going to run? Okay, let's just run it and see what happens. lhost. Okay, exploit completed. Okay, set lhost to ton 0. Okay, and run. Is it actually going to work first time? No way is it this easy. My god, it is this easy. Holy crap balls, it really is this easy. All we're having to do is just literally like 3 commands are into this machine. Metasploit session 2 opened. Awesome. Server stopped. Okay. Awesome. What do we have to do? We have to find the flag.txt file. Screw it. Flag.txt file. Oh, I don't know if you can search a whole. Good lord, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Is there a way to search for a particular file just straight out the bat? Let me do sysinfo. I just want to quickly see what system we're on. Sysinfo. I know, we're running out of time, I know, but it's interesting. We are on a Ubuntu blah 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 machine. Shell. Channel 1 created. Because we can just do a grep for flag.txt. Channel 1 created. Are we there yet? Hopefully that's worked. Grab. It doesn't look like it's worked, but just the. Okay, bugger. It doesn't look like it's worked. Channel 1 created. Grep flag.txt. Doesn't look like it's done what we wanted. Doesn't look like we're in a shell. It's just a flashing. It stopped flashing. Are we in a shell? No, I don't know what's going on here. Let's get out of that. Terminate channel 1. Yes. Okay, interpreter. How am I going to find flag.txt? Is there any sort of hint? Search MSF for multiple words. Search flag.txt. Okay, you can do like search -f flag. Is it working? Damn. Flag.txt. Damn. Use Metasploit. Use Metasploit to search entire system for file. Quick Google. Let's go. Just click the first link. File pattern eg.doc. Ah, we found it. Ah, okay. Access it. Quick. Bugger. Directory. Shell? It's not working. This is not a shell. This is not a shell. It is a shell. What? I'm so lost. No. No. Okay, terminate channel 2, yes. We're back in the interpreter. We've got root flag. Change directory into root. Is that yes? Okay, well, yes, it did work. So we just need to do, I think it's kind of shell-like. Fan bloody tastic. There we go. Copy. Paste. Submit. Fantastic. Look at that. So I think MSF is kind of shell-like. Like, not MSF. Interpreter. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of shell-like. Doesn't really run an interpreter. That's the payloads it's talking about. MSF console, maybe it's all about here. Okay, maybe I have to find some more information about Meterpreter, how it works. But anyway, I don't think we've got long left at all. We've got 6 minutes left. Maybe we can very quickly do one of these ones down here, sessions and jobs. Whoop. Target application. I don't even think we're going to have time to do this. I don't even know, I have no idea how to do this. We'd have to actually get onto the browser, which it's not working. Find the existing exploit in MSF and use to get a shot on the target. Well, we don't know. I think we have to have an exploit for the specific web application. I think that's what it's getting at. That's why it's in order. And an old version of sudo where you have to. Yeah. We'd have to do some sort of scanning. I think that's going to be next time. But I'm glad that we got some more. We got actually into it. We worked out what was going on. And we could look at these additional features as well next time. Finish up this module, this whole session on Metasploit. Writing important modules, introduction to MSF Venom, firewall, IDS, IPS, invasion. Awesome. Cool. So a quick thing before we go. I want to see exactly what you get with the Pro version. Because, I don't know, I'm against paying for things that you don't need. I mean, 350 a year is crazy. Well, it's £14 a month. It's, what, 14 times 12, £168. Why would you pay 350 a year? You get more. Silver annual. 200 a month. That's quite nice. I don't have much money right now though. Just a little admission to YouTube. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and just play it cool for now. But yeah, that'd be really nice because we can look at all the different modules and things. All these different courses. It's just so many interesting things. SQL injection would be quite nice to look at. Or the basic toolset path. I think we should also look at Nmap. Login brute forcing. How much would it cost? Okay, how much is the Nmap one? 50. I don't have 50. Not enough cubes. Can you just buy cubes? Purchase cubes. There you go. Oh, what? Oh, you can buy cubes specifically. Okay. I mean, £14 a month for 200 cubes. Yeah. I might do that. I might cancel another subscription I've got to something else and instead get this. I think that is what I'm going to do actually. Okay, cool. Oh, I don't know. £40 a month is not that much money. Yeah, I'll have a think about it. Anyway, I hope you have all enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's been a bit hit and miss, up and down, but we get there. We're getting there slowly but surely. All right. See you in the next one.